What if sunlight was a threat? What if the surface meant death and survival meant burrowing into the earth? 6.5 million years ago, a hidden world existed beneath our feet, carved by desperate hands, lit only by fire and ruled by silence. But when the earth shook and predators smelled blood, would underground life protect or trap them? Darkness. The kind of darkness that presses against the skin like wet clay. A flint spark flashes once, twice, and finally a thin line of fire licks to life on a bundle of dry moss. Shadows dance against the curved limestone walls of a narrow cave, revealing 13 Australopithecus afarensis figures huddled together. Their eyes gleam with alertness. Their movements are slow, coordinated, the children at the center, the elders pressed against the rock. Above them, thunder growls not from the sky, but from the earth itself. A minor tremor. Loose dirt crumbles from the ceiling. One of the males, lean and sinewy, presses his palm flat against the wall and listens the way a creature would listen for approaching danger in the dark. The tunnel has stood for years, hollowed gradually with flint stones and sharpened bones, expanding the natural fissure into a deep living nest safe from surface predators, harsh sun, and rival clans. But nothing underground lasts forever. Outside, 2 scouts females with sharp eyes and long limbs move like shadows through the tall savanna grasses. Their backs are bent low, avoiding the gaze of the open sky. One carries a leaf-wrapped pouch, leaking the scent of crushed herbs and roots. The other clutches a heavy stone blade. They pause at a ridgeline and scan the horizon. A kill lies nearby. A young gazelle carcass, half-eaten, left by some predator, too bloated or interrupted. The scent of blood is thick, but the prize is dangerous. It's bait, or worse, a shared kill. One scout crouches and places her ear against the ground, just like the male did inside the cave. The earth has become their second skin. Listening, always listening. A guttural growl cuts through the silence. Not far. Lions, 3 of them, heads rising above the golden grass, one sniffing the air. The scouts retreat with precision, stepping backward through their own footprints, vanishing into the tall green. Inside the tunnel, a rhythmic drumming begins, not from fear, but as signal. A call and response on the hollow stones. Danger is near. The meat must wait, but hunger does not. A young male barely older than adolescence stares at the stone blade by the wall. His stomach twists. He's never seen a lion up close, only their shadows, only their roars duoing across the plains. He slips toward the exit when no one is looking. 1 foot, then another. The cave narrows behind him. The ground is trembling again. Outside, heat ripples the air. The sun scorches the thorns and withers shallow-rooted plants. The dry season has lasted longer than anyone remembers. For the underground tribe, every breath of cool cavern air is borrowed time. Their secret haven is running out of food, and worse, out of water. Leaves once used to trap dew now crumble in their hands. The underground jars of seeped moisture fill too slowly. Cracks form in the stone basins. The boy's name is never spoken. No names exist. But he is known by his hunger, by the way he stares too long at the scouts when they return with food, or at the cracks in the tunnel that lead toward the surface. Today that hunger leads him toward death. He crawls through the lowest tunnel, a narrow, unused vent near the roots. His hands scrape against rock. Ants bite. He does not flinch. His eyes have grown used to the dark, but now the light returns filtered orange through the slits of grass above. He pushes through the final exit and emerges. He doesn't see the lion, not yet, only the gazelle. He creeps forward, every movement slow. He mimics the elder's stealth, low hips, heel-toe placement, breath. Shallow. His fingers close around the gazelle's leg, but too late. A shadow falls across him. The lioness is there, silent golden eyes fixed. She lunges. The boy twists backward, the blade flying from his grip. Her paw grazes his thigh, not deep, but enough to tear. He screams, and that scream reaches the tunnel. Inside, the elders rise. The scouts are already moving. The matriarch, oldest female face marked with soot and ochre, grabs the firebrand from the wall and storms upward. Others follow with stone weapons and sharpened antlers. The grass rustles violently as the lioness circles the wounded boy. He crawls backward, whimpering, then snarls like a cub bearing small teeth, fists raised. Then, fire. The matriarch bursts from the tunnel mouth, flame in hand. She doesn't wave it. She drives it, like a spear, straight into the lioness's path. The beast halts, snorts, recoils. Flames are not prey. Flames are madness. She roars not like a lion, but like the earth. Behind her, others appear, armed and screaming. It's not a fight. It's a storm. The lioness retreats. The savanna breathes. But the wound bleeds. Back in the cave, the matriarch grinds herb's green leaves with blood-red stems into a thick paste, smearing it over the boy's leg. He doesn't cry. Not now. He only watches her hands, memorizing every motion. Her scars, teeth marks, burns, old gashes tell of battles beneath and above ground. She survived not by hiding, but by choosing when to rise. The boy sleeps. The fire burns low. But they know this is only the first danger. Far above, in the dying sun, a column of black smoke curls into the sky, not from them. From another fire, another clan. Too close, too curious. The surface is no longer silent. Night falls, and the underground breathes deeper. But above, something stirs, not predator, not prey, but people. Silhouettes appear in the firelight atop the ridge. Another clan, not like theirs. Taller, scarred by the sun. Their eyes glow amber in the dark, and their limbs are painted in black ash. They live on the surface, they rule it, but now they've seen the entrance. Inside the cave, every movement becomes precise. Mothers hush infants. Elders push children deeper into the tunnels. The matriarch signals with stone clicks. There's no panic, only purpose. They've prepared for this moment since the first tunnel was dug. But readiness does not promise survival. The tunnel narrows into 3 branches. The tribe splits. One group guards the water pit. Another guards the sleeping. The last, the scouts, the matriarch, the boy ascend silently, carrying embers wrapped in bark. Fire, their only weapon. Above the rival clan descends the slope. Their leader steps forward, jaw clenched, a jawbone club in hand. He sniffs the air. He knows this land. He's seen carcasses disappear. He's seen footprints vanish into the soil. Now he knows why the earth itself hides them. They descend. The first to enter steps into total blackness. His torch flares, and his mouth opens in awe. Paintings line the walls, primitive, yes, but real. Images of gazelles, lions, and spirals. A record of survival. But wonder turns to threat when he sees the eyes watching from the cracks. The trap is sprung. A stone collapses from the ceiling, triggered by vine tension. The first invader falls, skull split. Panic. In the confusion, flames roar. The matriarch swings her ember torch wide, igniting dry moss along the walls. The tunnel becomes a furnace. The enemy clan retreats, coughing, blinded. But the underground burns too. Smoke twists through the narrow passages. Children cry. The elders guide them toward the deepest escape tunnel, a serpentine shaft that leads out far from the original entrance. The boy, leg still weak, stumbles. He's carried by the scout, who once crouched at the ridge, now wounded herself. Outside, the world is cold. Not safe, just open. By dawn, the earth behind them is blackened. The entrance tunnel has collapsed. Their home, gone. But they are alive. They watch from afar as smoke lifts toward the sky. No one speaks. No one needs to. The boy crawls toward the ashes of the entrance and presses his hand to the earth, not in mourning, but in memory. Later that day, the tribe gathers near a dry riverbed. The scouts build a ring of stones. The elders dig shallow holes, lining them with leaves to trap dew. The matriarch draws a circle in the dust, with her finger marking the center of a new beginning. The boy limps over. In his hands, a burned fragment of wall with a half-visible image of a lion. He places it at the circle's heart. The tribe eats together roots, nuts, and a scavenged lizard. Not much, but enough. That night, they sleep under open sky, afraid but together. They will dig again, they will live again. And under the skin of the earth, a people will rise, silent, fierce, and forever watching from below.